Hello. In this video I would like to speak about some notions that have negative, sounds negative, and more specifically about trash, error and waste. We are not happy if we in our processes, in our behavior there are mistakes, because if we make mistakes, then this leads to trash, an error or waste. What I try to present in this video is that all these notions are very subjective, and it's depending on our viewpoint. And if we will understand that there are no negative objects or negative aspects of life, we will also understand that illness does not exist. So, why all these notions like the trash, the error and the waste is disturbing us? All of these, from system theory point of view, are outputs, and as usually a system, I use this little simple box that is generating outputs from inputs. So here are the inputs, here are the outputs. Now, we from previous videos, and maybe you already know, these systems are built by subsystems. The output that is generated is a result of transformations that happens inside the system, meaning that information come in this bigger system, and is split and is sent to different subsystems, and this information are transformed depending on the internal structure of these subsystems. For example, two informations are added, or they are subtracted, or they are doubled, they are zoomed, or whatever, or different content is taken out from a bigger context. And after a series of transformations, output is generated. If we take a bigger look from one level higher in this hierarchy, we can see that this system is a subsystem of a bigger system. So, not surprising, here we have, after the system A, system B, that is using these outputs as their inputs. Maybe there is also a system C and other systems that are using the same outputs, or the other outputs of system A as inputs of them. And there is a simple understanding that the better, and I will later define what I mean by the better, the better these inputs for system B, the better inputs, the better outputs he or she will be able to generate. So now, by using normal human terms, I was saying he or she because I was meaning here are thinking of people, but as in the whole rapid repeated restructuring paradigm, all these systems can be companies, countries, groups of people, and so on. But to be very visual, let's take this as a human being. So when receiving information from another human being, so B is receiving information from A, then the better this information fits to the specific need that B has in order to generate an output, we can say the happier he or she will be. And here, by saying happier, of course I'm introducing a notion or a measurement or a kind of size or of the quality of this information. I don't want to go deeper in what do I mean by the quality of information. Just very shortly, if a subsystem has a acceptance range, like in case of eyes, there is a frequency of light that our eyes can process. So this is eyes. Something I try to draw here an eye. So if the light's frequency is too high, or even too high, meaning like this, or too low, something like this, then the eye, these information, these and these, won't be able to process. And this is what I call acceptance range. This acceptance range can vary and can be a minimum, and above that everything is acceptable, or a maximum and then everything below can be acceptable. And the third is when there are two boundaries, and between that is everything acceptable. And in many cases there is an optimum. There is the best information that can be one or many different. If I don't want to rotate this drawing, but the quality of the information can be something like this, saying that here, of course, here are the two axes. So here is the frequency of the light, and here is how good is for even better the power of the light, so the amount of the photons that reaches your eyes. If it's too much, then it's bad quality. If it's too low, then it's again bad quality, and there is an optimum in the middle. But of course this can have this type of shape, or double or triple optimums, and so on. These are the characteristics that a subsystem can be described as what type of information can receive and can process. The two is the same, that what can receive will be able to process it. And let's get back to the trash error waste triangle, because if we are watching more carefully these drawings that I had, that I made, it's rather simple, or it's easy to understand that if system A is producing an output that system B is not able to use, then system B will say that hey system A, you have produced error or waste or trash. Let's say that this is a factory and they have produced cars and they were selling to a customer, then the customer cannot use the car, then it will say that factory A has produced waste. But it's the same when person A is cooking something and is not the best cook, so he or she has produced rather bad food, and system B is saying that you gave me trash to eat. What is common? The common is that everything what is a decision, and all these qualities that we are calling them negative, or we are using negative notions, are from B's viewpoint. And it's nothing to do directly with A as itself. So system A is producing whatever he or she can produce, and there is an external party, this B, that is deciding about A's performance, whether this is good or not, because he or she can decide only based on his or her subjective rankings or preferences, and it cannot be an objective, absolutely clear decision. Very similar to what critics are doing with performers or writers. They are commenting the performance of somebody else. So if you take a pop star and is performing a song, in that case he is person A or system A. The song that he has performed is the output. That is an objective happening in real life. Person B, as the critic or the writer, the journalist of Rolling Stones magazine or whatever, or the local newspaper, is the critic that is saying that the song of the pop star A was good or bad. It's not more than saying that I liked it or not, but maybe can underline with very specific criteria that it was boring, it was repeated, it was monotone, whatever. And now comes the very, very funny part. And the very funny part is something connected to another. If we are drawing the information flow, something like that, then you might have seen this type of energy flow or information flow that you can see here. And that's here is A, information, the amount of information is coming in, output is generated, and there are two outputs. One output is what we are calling output 1, that we are calling a good output, because we like it, because we can use it. System B can use it, and we are system B. But there is a system C which receives output 2, and of course if this output 1 is rejected by system B, then it goes to system C or system D so to another system, not the target system, and the system D can use it, or system C can use it, this output too. So what is trash from take yourself, or imagine yourself as a mouse or a dog in a household. You are very, very happy in this situation when person A wasn't able to cook, or didn't know how to cook well, and the food cooked was rejected by person B, and it was thrown out in the trash. So the mouse can get access to it, or the dog will receive it. And what was a trash for system B? It's a perfect quality input for system C. And now comes a very important sentence: there is no information or output that is useless for everybody. So try to tell an output that is not used by anybody. And if please don't forget the germs, the viruses, the above mentioned dogs, the recycling systems, and so on, because nothing, or the oxygen that is eating the iron, so everything what is produced somehow will be used. It's only ourselves who decide whether something is good or bad, and it's depending on ourselves that what would happen if I would be B. So system A goes using empathy. Please check out the previous videos about empathy, and A becomes B, and A is imagining him or herself as the receiver of his own performance product output, and is deciding whether it's a good product what he or she has produced. It's a kind of testing. That's also a key concept in RRRP. Testing can be done by receiving feedbacks from external parties, and by ourselves, within ourselves, by imagining ourselves as the receiver of the same output. We are close to Christmas, so it's somehow like you are making a small gift for Christmas. I cannot draw too well, but this is a gift. A is making a gift, and is not giving to person B, but is giving it to person A, to himself or herself, and checking herself or himself whether is satisfied and happy or not. And I promised in the beginning that we will understand that illness is not existing. Imagine yourself as a virus or as a bacteria, or as a worm who is waiting for dead bodies to eat. And in that case, you will understand that what from human point of view is very, very bad, that somebody is ill, somebody in somebody's body, viruses are the number of viruses is expanding and growing, and is close to die. For other living creatures, for other living systems like the viruses, bacteria, and above mentioned worms, it's very, very good, because if everybody would be completely healthy and the immune system would act perfectly, then viruses and worms and ants and all those animals or living creatures that are living from eating dead bodies would disappear. And yes, it's very sad to see a cow being eaten by a lion, but it's the same process. What is bad for the cow community is very good for the lion community. So it's very subjective what you see as negative. I will have sooner or later a complete video about mental illnesses, or about critics of the definition of mental illnesses, and it's also connected to what we are calling bad adaptation is from society point of view and not an objective measured truth. A last sentence that is connected to the fact of error. When you are studying statistics, you learn after a while that you cannot do too much with the mean or the average without specifying standard deviation, because there is no information source or no information that has zero standard deviation, and this standard deviation is what after a while we are calling error. So if this is the let's say, for example, the IQ level of human beings, and from, let's say, at a university, and we say that above this level it's okay. If we have accepted people under this IQ level, that is an error. But we made very happy these people that were able to meet these people and to study at the same university. So yes, there is an error, but there is connected to the error, there is always a profit for somebody. Thank you for your attention.